people, where they talked about how they did counselling and psychology, and these people knew all about that sort of thing, and our people are the greatest conservationists in the world also, and the greatest scientists. So if people could tap into Aboriginal culture and learn a little bit more about the Darug Nation, then they're moving forward, because we can't live in a one-way street all our lives. We've got to live in a two-way street, so we can get a little bit more understanding and a little bit more balance. So the thing is, all the knowledge and wisdom that I carry, I am still learning about Aboriginal culture. I am still learning. And the thing is that coming into that circle and sharing our values and stories, it's a big thing, because we will never have knowledge if we don't do this. And once we start learning from each other, then we're heading in the right direction towards reconciliation. And I always remember my Auntie Susie, before she passed on, she always used to use that saying that the music would always sound better if we used both the black and white keys. And I think it's a beautiful saying. And one of the main things I do today, I support Muslim communities. And the reason why I say this is that the media has stereotyped these people in a way that people starting to believe in the media. An Aboriginal person does something wrong in the community, we're all bad people. So it's time for us to come into that circle, share our values and stories. And these people that's making up these stories, like the media telling the people what they think of Muslim people, these are the sort of people that need to go back and read their history and find out what really happened on this sacred country, what really happened. Go back and read your history, and then you'll have a change of thinking about what you've been talking about, because it's very important. So it's a little bit breezy down here in Sydney today, but it's a beautiful day, and I like coming in here because it's part of my country, a part of me. So it's just love coming in, going into the Darling Harbour, and going down to the rocks, going over into the botanical gardens and giving talks and going all over the place. And I love that, I love what I do, and I do what I love. And the thing is that it's taken me a long, long time to get to this level I'm at today, because I didn't learn yesterday and became the expert overnight and then out there today telling people what to do. It's taken me years and years to get to this level, so it's not something that I was taught yesterday. So, and the things I was taught, not just sharing that with my people, but all the values and stories that I was taught, I'm sharing this with the white Australians and other people that come into this country, because people need to be educated, because once they come into this country, then they become part of our heritage and culture. And the thing is that teaching is one of the main things in our lives, and understanding what's required. So I just like to, and the thing is also too is myself going out in the Western Sydney to live 31 years ago and 9 months, going out there to live in the Wianamadigal tribal area, where I share values and stories with the diverse of Aboriginal people living between Blacktown and Penrith, and I believe we have well over 85 different dialects. But here I am out in Western Sydney sharing the saltwater culture with the running water and the muddy water people. So we're just doing all these cross cultures, and and it wouldn't hurt for us to come in with the white Australians and learn about their culture too, because we're all one mob, because it's very important for all to learn culture. And the thing is that what I do today, it's been a long time since I practiced that type of thing, like the bush medicines and little bit of bush tucker here and there, and but I don't touch that stuff much anymore. But I miss all that too, you know. And but one of the main things is education. So so I'd just like to.
That was really good. That was really good. I was so proud of you.
No, that's not bullshit.
No, that was
Is
really
that turned
good.
off?
No, it's on. I'm listening. It's still recording.
Is it?
It's great. So what we're going to do is just say the first part again, and you can, if you feel like if you want to walk this time, don't have to say all.
I've got to do it all over. Do it
just
again?
the first bit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
just
Okay.
the first bit. Just because I know you were still getting used to this, but if you feel like you want to move around a bit this time, and you don't, just talk about sort of the first 5 minutes.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay then.
Yep.
But what you'll be doing, you'll be just
We'll be taking bits.
bits out and
Yep.
putting. Yeah.
That's why we do it again. Just the first bit, so that because you started after about 5 minutes, you started to slow down and be easier to catch. So you want some water?
Oh,
Look at her.
look at that.
Gotta look after the talent. Okay.
So yeah, I think just the first 5 minutes.
Now I
again.
needed that water, that
You did,
magic
eh?
water.
Have a bit more, eh?
You made this, eh?
She made that water.
Which
as
tap,
well.
which tap did you get this out
Got
of?
it. She squeezed it out of those flowers there. Huh?
Did she? Oh. Thanks, darling, for that.
Yep. So yeah, just the first. When you were talking about country and this country and the city, just that bit again.
Okay,
'Cause you
then.
started to slow down after that, and that was when it was really interesting.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So whenever you're ready, I'll just move away. And like I said, feel free because you can move anywhere in this camera, and it still sees you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. I'd like to say good morning to all. Here we are in Martin Place, Sydney, and I would like to say,
Sorry. Introduce yourself first.
oh yeah,
Start again.
I'd like to say good morning to all, and welcome to Martin Place. I'm one of the Aboriginal elders of Western Sydney, and my name is Uncle Greg, known as Uncle. Greg Sims is known as Uncle Greg. And I would like to say Tiari Mara, Daraka Pamel, Warami, Mitiga Goram Barak. This is Darak Lands. Hello, friends. It's good to see you. And it's an honour to come into Sydney because this is my great grandmother's country. We are the Gadigal people of this nation. We are the coastal Darak people, and our mob comes from down around where the Sydney Harbour Bridge is built. And the thing is that it was all Gadigal all the way through to Botanical Gardens, but our little group was down near the Rocks area. So it's always honoured, as I said, it's always honoured to come into Sydney to give talks because I'm trying to educate people. And one of the main things in Aboriginal culture, people got to remember that our culture is their culture too. It's not something that's left aside, and people want to use their own thing because it's very important. Culture is very important to all because we've been here for over 60,000 years, our people. You know, our people are the First Nation people of this sacred land. And when we look at Aboriginal people, like we have well over 500 dialects in this country. In New South Wales, we have well over 136. So this must have been a multicultural country before settlers came here in 1788 and the ones that followed. By saying this, we are all Australians. And one of the main things is too that when we look at Aboriginal people, we're the oldest living culture in the world with the oldest DNA, oldest song and oldest dance. Now, and the oldest stories. And the thing is that our people were the greatest counsellors, psychologists, and conservationists in the world, and also the greatest scientists. So we, as Aboriginal people, we're not, we are somebody that have that knowledge to share with people that once would like to know who they are. See, when we see a lot of white people coming through here in this area, then the thing is that a lot of these white people could have Aboriginal blood. You know, if they're descendants from their mob, you know, if they're descendants from the early settlers, then they're more likely to have Aboriginal blood because of if they'd have brought out 1,000 convicts, and out of that 1,000 convicts there was only 50 women, how could 950 men share 50 women? So therefore they would have to got in with Aboriginal women. So people need to go back and read their history, and a lot of them would find that they do have Aboriginal blood. And the thing is, I'm looking at all these buildings here today, but just remember this, no matter what buildings are on this sacred land, it will always be Darug land, always have and always will be. And you can just imagine, just over 228 years ago, before the colonisation came into this, onto this land, that this was all bushland, all scrub, all the way through where my people hunted round here for kangaroo and other food sources. So it wasn't something that, it wasn't this, so the buildings weren't here all the time. We know that as Aboriginal people were living on this sacred land over 228 years ago. So it's always good to come back here and do a welcome and share. I like to share stories because our stories belong to all. So I will be probably come back again one day and give a little bit of a talk about Aboriginal culture because it's important, and it's taken me years and years to get to this level because I didn't learn yesterday and became the expert overnight and then telling people what to do today because it's taken me years and years to get to this level. So because I've learned so much over 60 years of culture, I am still learning about a lot of things. And the things we do today when in schools, you know, schools are, they're all one-way street, you know, everything's happening with politicians, it's one-way street. With all these so-called do-gooders, it's always one-way street. It's not listening to the people anymore or sharing values. That's very important. You know, us as Aboriginal people, give us a chance to tell the story so the white person can relate to those stories and maybe tell a same story to their students. Because it's one-way street is not very good. It's been around a long time, and we need to change the system, go back to basics, and maybe one day we might have an Aboriginal school where we could teach Aboriginal students and have more culture in that school, and then later on invite the non-Aboriginal people into the school to learn about Aboriginal culture. I reckon it'd be a great thing because a friend of mine was talking about it the other day, but I don't know how long people have been talking about this because I reckon it'd be a great idea. And you know, you got these people out there talking about things, and the thing is, if you don't carry values, you know, you're not up to it. Because I learned from Mother Earth all the things I do today and the stories I tell. I didn't learn from books where people go out and they read books because it's learning from Mother Earth and a very long process in doing so. It's a better way of learning instead of flicking pages over and learning that way because we could always go and do all these different things because I'm an educator. I am an educator in Aboriginal culture. I work with job agency with disabilities, ability options I work for, where we're looking after people with disabilities and trying to find the right job for them. And the thing is that I'm one of the Aboriginal elders on campus in the up in Western Sydney University. I'm one of 19 elders, and I'm the youngest out of the lot at the age of 67. So it's so I didn't. I earned that respect to be at that level, at this level today, and going into the university and being part of the elders group, because it's not something that I learned. As I said, it wasn't something that I learned yesterday. So we really need to come together and work a bit better, and just go back to basics and learn a little bit more about maybe the colonisation of this country and how the Aboriginal, they settled in with Aboriginal people, and how we did things. It's not just, because we just can't have just that one side. We've got to have both sides of the story to make that happen, and a two-way street to go along with that, because all these things are very important. And one day we will get the message across, not just to the public, but to so-called leaders of this country. You know, you can't be a leader if you don't have any followers. So you really need to understand a little bit more about Aboriginal history, because it's the first thing here, you know, before colonisation. So we just really need to, people need to take that on board. Politicians, you know, anyone could be a politician. It's just some people are better than others, but you know, you've got to have that wisdom and knowledge that to carry out there and share. And a friend of mine told me one day, he said, why don't you be a politician? Because you'd make a good one, because everyone loves you, everyone likes to be around you, people like to sit down and listen to you tell the story. I said, no, I don't want to do that, because I wouldn't be able to do that. I told him, told this person, and he said, why not? I said, because if they write the script, it's like a movie. They write the script for you, and then you've got to read the script. You can't say what you want to say or do what you want to do. So I'd rather be an elder in the community, where I can utilise my own beliefs and tell the people, you know, tell them the story, so people can understand what's going on. So I just don't want to be part of that.
Excellent. So what we're going to do is now, Kalina's just going to ask you some questions with that camera there, and then we're done here and we'll go over to Lapa.
Go to LA.
Yep.
Oh, look at that.
I'm a reporter. You look like the reporter as well.
Oh, look at this stuff.
Wash my hair.
You didn't hear that, did you?
I had some, yeah. I had a listen.
We won't.
Yeah, it sounded great.
I'm like standing near the
Soon as they,
stand next to Jason.
you know what, you didn't want me to tell any more about Sydney, eh?
Yeah, you can do that in Lapa, that's all right. And when we go to the mountains, you can
One
do
of the
that.
cameras didn't fire. I could actually probably turn the bottom one, I don't care about, but one on this side.
There you go, mate.
Good uncle, how are you?
Yeah, good.
Good.
What's your name?
Pete,
Pete.
nice to meet you.
Yeah. See you, local boy?
Yeah, Summer Hill.
Ah, yeah.
I guess, very close. And all my extended family is from Bingra.
Where at?
Bingara.
I know that name, wasn't
Yeah, you would do.
Whereabouts is that?
It's about an hour and a half.
Bingara.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Bit
That-
dry country up that way these days?
Whereabouts is it?
It's about an hour and a half from Tamworth.
And I think there's an organisation down here called Bingara, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. I think so. Is that the land council? No.
No, not them. Don't talk about them.
Yeah, my
Oh,
group's
it
up there.
Oh, bless.
Yeah. So we go to the.
Get up that way much?
Yeah, we get up there every
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
I always say I'll go home, but I never. It's too far away. Nah, it's like 6 hours. I don't like catching planes.
You look
So
like you look like one of them Walgett girls.
No, that's Nardi.
No, but you look like one
I
of
look.
them.
No, I ain't Walgett breed. I'm Riverina Briggses.
Oh yeah, the Briggs.
Yeah. Prolific. Loud.
How'd you go? Do you feel all right?
Yeah, but I could have added a little bit more. You know,
Yeah,
when
but you'll have more chances in Lapa.
Yeah.
yeah, but you know, you like to. I don't want to be. I don't want to be up in the Blue Mountains talking about the fish I caught
That's right.
off the rocks in Sydney.
Exactly.
You know what I'm talking
You
about.
want to talk
Yeah.
about the rocks? They want to talk about the fish.
No, what I wanted to mention too was
Well, we're going to do
Well-
it. What's going to happen now?
a little camera under him. Look,
What's
what
gonna
I wanted to talk about was years ago we used to catch a tram in the city,
Yeah,
and where we used to come to the pictures,
yeah.
catch a tram from La Perouse, and some of the toilets you'd go in, you had to make sure that you had a penny, because you go in and
Okay,
use
so
the
you can
cubicles.
spend a penny.
So you put the penny in this little slot, you turn the key,
Gee.
and you can go in. You go in the toilet. But if you didn't have that penny, then there was a woman sitting outside that toilet. There was a little table in front of her where she'd give you change for that sixpence. You know, that give you change. You give her a silver coin, and she'd give you 5.
I'd rather hear about your fishing.
Fishing.
Must have been a lot of busting people
Yeah.
What's that?
going to the toilet.
Yeah, having to
No, there
spend
wasn't
a
that many
penny.
people here then.
Yeah. Yeah, a little.
That's
little
true.
few.
So what's going to happen now is we're going to use a different camera, and it'll be Jason on with the camera here, and Kalina's just going to ask you a few questions.
Yeah.
And so then it's just a different way of
What's the name? Carla, is it?
Kalina.
Kalina.
I thought it was Carla Grant. Is it Carla Grant?
Not that skinny. I wish I no. Bless her.
Teasing her.
It's alright.
Do you used to sing with the Stiff Gins?
I sing with the stiff gins.
Yeah, oh, that's you that sings with
That's
them.
me.
Make you-
I look different, don't I?
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to have one of these because I taste like if I got goat breath.
Have you snogged a goat?
Where have you been around goats?
No?
Yeah. What have you been doing kissing goats?
You want one? You want
No,
one?
all right.
You want one of these?
Oh no, I'm good. I just had coffee. Still got coffee. I like the coffee taste.
He likes goat breath taste.